All right. Hello and welcome to our yin to unwind. So tonight we are going to start seated. So you have a couple options. You can sit cross-legged, or you can sit cross-legged and put your self onto a block. You can roll your mat up just to lift the hips up, or if you have a blanket, you can sit on the edge of the blanket and that'll lift your hips up. So whatever way you're going to find some comfort, and that you can sit there for a couple of minutes. All right. Is everything okay in my lighting? Can you see me okay? All right, perfect. All right, so come settling in onto your mat and cross your legs, whatever way feels comfortable for you. Then just kind of rock. We've been working out. So we want to come and settle onto our mat. We're going to do a little bit of breath work tonight. And that's, breath is our life. Without, it's that simple. And we want to, by connecting to our breath, slowing our inhales, slowing our exhales, and taking advantage of that, then we lower our blood pressure, we lower our heart rate, we unwind our mind, and stress kind of dissipates a little bit. Even if we're in a really, really big, stressful situation, if we can come back to our breath, we can find our decision making, we can find our brain again. So that's one reason for breathing. But tonight, reason for breathing is so that we can unwind, relax, settle, and let everything in. So just roll your shoulders back, bring your hands on top of your knees, close your eyes, and just find your breath. Think about it. Where is it? Is it shallow? Is it up in your high end of your lungs? Can you come a little deeper? So know that this next half hour is just for you, by you. Right? Great investment into your overall well-being. All right, we're going to do some alternate nostril breathing. So bring your hand up, whatever hand you want, it does not matter. You're going to close one nostril with your thumb. Inhale. So I'm going to close my left nostril with my thumb. I'm going to inhale through my right nostril. I'm going to close that nostril. Exhale out of the opposite one. Inhale out of that one. Close it with my thumb. Exhale the other side. Inhale that side. Close it off. Exhale out the other nostril. Inhale. Close it. And exhale. So I'm just going to let you do that for a few breaths on your own so you can state your breath and not mine. And see if you get a little longer with each inhale and with each exhale. Take one more. And then sigh, let everything out. So now we want to do a couple of deep breaths, but I want them to be quiet, 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 quiet breaths. So as if nobody can hear you. You can't even barely hear yourself inhale. So inhale it. Exhale quietly. Inhale. And exhale. One more nice, deep, full breath. exhale. Wonderful. Bring your legs out. Give them a little kick. Then we're going to grab 2 blocks, unless you have a bolster. We're going to set up for supported fish. So you want 1 block. You're making a T shape. So 1 block horizontal and 1 block long. You're going to come to the length of your mat. And you're going to bring that block just underneath. It's going to start at the bottom of your rib cage. And then your feet, your legs are going to, you're going to hinge back. But before you hinge back, grab your blanket or grab your bolster and bring it underneath your knees. All right, so your knees are underneath, your head's on that top block. Your arms are going to be out to the side so that the chest is nice and open. Now settle in and know that you can actually sink and get completely, completely heavy, and you will not melt away. Now, while we're here, I want to walk us through a little bit of a body scan. So first off, just, is any part of your body calling you? Is it maybe your hamstring, maybe a glute, maybe your toes, maybe your ankle? And without judging it, just see if you can breathe through that spot. Maybe give it a little shake if it's shakeable, or a wiggle, or maybe just throw your mental energy to it and let it soften. Now let's soften the muscles of our face. So soften your forehead, soften your eyes, and soften your cheeks, and soften your jaw. So within your back of your head, maybe you can rock it side to side on your block. And settle back in. Feel your arms, your fingers, your palms, back of your hands, wrists, your forearms. What about your elbow joint? And think for a second about your beautiful biceps, and the triceps, back of the arms, shoulders. Just connect. Think about all those body parts. Moving down our body, start at the front of our body. So think about our chest, our upper chest, our rib cage, our belly, all the organs inside our beautiful rib cage, your upper back, your middle back. So we've got all kinds of muscles back there, right? Our lats, our rhomboids, our obliques. How does everything feel? Moving down, we've got our hips and our pelvis, our glutes, hamstrings and quads, those beautiful knees, calves and shins, ankles, our feet. We've got the top of our feet, we've got the back of our feet, we have our heels, we have our toes, balls of our feet. Our full body. Take a nice big inhale and melt and let everything go. You can stay right where you are. However, if we're going to come out of supported fish, so just roll over to one side, like a little fetal position, and bring the blocks away, but don't bring them too far away. And we're going to slide the blanket out from under our knees. Now, if you do want to play some music, now would be the time that playlist, you can turn it on. Then we're going to roll back. Down onto our back. You're going to cross, bring your knees up towards towards the sky, cross your ankles, and then grab the tops of your feet or the tops of your thighs and bring your legs or your feet away from one another. So you're coming into reclined shoelace. So back is connected to the ground and connected to the earth. Your hips kind of stay connected to the ground. If they can't, that's okay. So the knees are coming down towards your chest. So with yin, the principles of yin, right? We want to find that edge. So we want to pull the feet apart where the hips can open and the inner thighs can, glutes are get connected to. So we find that where do we feel it? Can we hold this now? Second principle, stillness. Now it's all right during yin if we need to realign or move, but we really want to try to find that stillness. And then the second component is time. So we want to hold our pose, our shape, for a length of time that we can get past the muscle, we can get into our connective tissues, our fascia, get nice and deep into our body. And as humans, our minds wander, but we really want to try and focus on staying present. So maybe those breaths, maybe quiet breaths. Inhale nice and quietly. Exhale nice and quietly. Take one more breath. We're going to continue in this position, but we're going to take our legs and switch them. So the top leg now becomes the bottom leg, vice versa. So grab the soles of your feet. And if you cannot grab the soles of your feet, that's okay. Just cross your legs and bring your arms over top and use your arms to hug your knees into your chest. Few more breaths. We'll slowly uncross our legs and bring your feet flat on the floor with your knees still bent, and bring your knees into one another. Bring your arms out into a T. So you may feel a little bit of pulsing in the ankles. So we're pulling away and being that pressure there. Maybe some throbbing on the inner thighs. All right, we're going to bring the feet together and the knees together with the knees bent. Grab that blanket so you have it close by. You're going to take a nice big inhale and you're going to drop. Well, let's put your blanket on the right side of your body. And we're going to drop both knees over to the right and bringing them on top of your blanket or your block.
Now you can also bring a block between your knees and let the top leg fall over. But play with it because we're going to be here for a couple of minutes. Or maybe it's more comfortable to bring the blanket between both knees. Arms are in a T, shoulders are down to the ground. Now take your gaze to look the other way and really surrender and melt. So we've got a nice twist here for our lower spine. Nice chest opener. And in yin, we want to wait to be invited to go a little deeper into anything. So in the spinal twist, if you feel that your body's ready to go a little bit deeper for your back, just bring your knees a little closer up towards your shoulder, towards, not at your shoulder, but just a little further up. And then you may feel that connection to your lower back. Just let your fingers fall towards your palm. Let them naturally fall where they want to be, though. We're going to hold this pose nice and long, really opening up our back, opening up our chest. So feel your belly rise. Feel your belly deflate like a little balloon, nice and slow. A few more breaths. Now scan your body. Are you holding tension somewhere in your hips, in your knees? These last few breaths, let everything melt. Let everything get heavy. And we're going to slowly, slowly, slowly release out of this. We'll remove the blanket or the blocks, bring them to the other side, but bring your knees into your chest, hug down by your shins, realign your spine. So check in that your chin's not pointing up towards your ceiling and it's not super tucked in, but that your spine's nice and straight. And then we'll get ready to take that over to the other side. So both feet together, knees stacked over top of your hips. Arms come out back wide with the palms up towards your ceiling. Fill up your lungs. Take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, slowly let gravity do its thing. Drop both knees over to the left. If you want to find your blanket, find your block, know that each side of our body is a little different. So maybe this side wants something the other side didn't. And once you can settle and say, I can stay here peacefully within stillness for a few minutes, then turn your neck the other way. Shoulders are connected to the ground, opening through our chest. Close your eyes. Soften your cheeks and soften your jaw. And stay connected to your beautiful inhales and your exhales. Know that with each breath we're taking, we're unwinding. We're releasing what no longer serves us. And just like the last time, if you want to bring the knees a little closer, go a little bit deeper. But maybe try it and say, maybe, maybe not. Key is listening to our body, not listening to our minds or listening to our egos. More is not always better. Scan your body. How about those knees? Are they holding everything in nice and tight? Let them soften. Couple more breaths. And slowly start to unwind, come out of that. Bring your knees into your chest. This time, let's bring our blanket on top of our legs and hug that knees into your chest. Now take your legs nice and long. And we're going to slowly come into Banasana, so banana shape. So let's walk our, doesn't matter if you want to do it the whatever side intuitively you want, but walk your feet over to one side of your mat and then cross the one leg over top of the other. Again, it doesn't matter which ankle comes over the top or the other, what feels good for you. I always like my inside leg to come up towards the outside. I'm going to bring my blanket alongside my body. So I'm coming to the right side of my mat. So I have my blanket hugged into me on the right side of my body. And now I'm going to move my arms over to the right side. And again, I like to grab my left hand with my right. And then hug yourself into a little banana shape. And then here we want to find that stretch along the side of your body, right? So from my hips, my waist, my ribs up to my shoulder. I want to feel that stretch in the shape, but I don't want to feel any pinching on the inside. That would mean we've gone too far. And if the shoulder's coming up off the ground and it's feeling uncomfortable, you can back out a bit or use a block Bring it underneath just to give a little bit of support. Again, we settle for time. Get nice and heavy. And we want to focus on the nice long inhales. Nice and slow, nice and quiet. Exhales are nice and slow and quiet as well. Take 5 long, nice breaths here. Don't rush them. And then we'll unwind out of that. If you've got a block under your shoulder, move that out. Uncross your hands and cross your ankles and bring your right knee into your chest. Give it a hug. Left leg stays nice and long. Then we'll take that leg nice and long again. Move your blanket if you're using it to the other side of your body. Walk your heels to the overside of your mat. Cross one ankle over the other. Tuck that blanket in right up against your hip and your rib cage. Walk your hands over to that side. Again, if you want to bring that block to support the shoulder, whatever feels good for your body. Again, each side's different, right? So we've got to respect that. You're a nice little banana. So you're not too ripe, you're not too far into it. Not you're pinching the sides, but you're feeling the connection and the warmth from your blanket. Feel the opening along that side of your body, into the ribs. And if your mind starts to wander, that's okay. Just bring it back to a body scan. Say, where am I feeling tension in my body? Can I breathe through it? You want to put the body in a little bit of stress in these shapes. So you do feel it there. Focus your breath there. Soften your jaw. Soften all your joints, your toes, your ankles, your knees. They don't need to be working while we're in this pose. 5 deep breaths. Quiet breaths. And then we'll move away from that, come back to the center of your mat. That right leg's going to stay long, left knee hugs into your chest. And bring the other knee into your chest. And then take the knees away from your body. So externally rotating those hips. We're going to bring the feet down nice and wide. And then drop the knees into one another. Bring one hand on your heart, left hand on your heart, right hand onto your belly. And breathe. All right, we're going to get ready for our final Shavasana. So you've got a couple of options tonight. One, you can come into your classic, both legs out, drape the blanket right across you, get yourself nice and warm. Or you can come right into a fetal position. So you can either use your blanket as a pillow and hug it part way and bring your knees into your chest. And close your eyes. And let everything that we've done transition and sink in as the body gets heavy. Everything is heavy, but it's peaceful. It's not holding tension. You've just spent 30 minutes unwinding. Now feel the benefits. And slowly on your next inhale, just start to flutter your eyelids open. If you're completely on your back, maybe give yourself a big stretch before you come over into your little fetal position. Of course, you're in the privacy of your home, so you can stay right where you are if you want to take it another 10, 15 minutes to make it a nice long Shavasana. Maybe you want to sleep there. But when you're ready, and if you're ready, use that top hand to bring yourself up to sitting whatever way feels good for you. Let's take a nice big inhale, bring your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart center. Bow your head down. The divine in me honors the divine in you. Namaste. Thank you for sharing your home and your practice, your energy and your breath with me.